So working in the woods is something I've always been really passionate about. I know that I get a great deal from working in the woods. It feels like a real place of reciprocity. So when the opportunity to work with the Birch Collective, to work in the woods at Troopers Hill came up, jumped at the chance, and we had a look at it, and we think it's just such an amazing woods in such a great location that just felt like it needs a bit more love and attention. So that's what we our outline is how we can work with the woods alongside it and alongside the community to go, how can we bring more to what's already happening that will not only benefit the woods itself and the health of the woods and the trees and the animals that are already there, but also the wider community, whether that's the people who walk the dogs through there, the people who it backs onto their houses, the people who use it in all the variety of ways they already use the woods. We don't want to change it. We want to bring more. We want to bring like a depth and a biodiversity to it. And by doing that through a project like Recoupe, it means that we can invite people in who might not already utilise the woods and might not have met them. And we can invite them to go, okay, well, let's work together. They can bring life to the woods. We can hopefully support them in feeling supported by the woods too. So it's a kind of a mutually beneficial system that actually everyone benefits and everyone wins. And I think by inviting people to come into the woods and actually spend time in nature, I mean, we all know the healing power of nature. And myself just know that being in woods for me makes a real difference. There's all sorts of scientific studies on the ions that the trees release that actually really soothe us. So if we can do that and feel active and see like a real presence on the ground, a tangible we've made a difference and we've planted trees and we've created things, but also think beyond the kind of what we're doing on that day. It's like, what's this tree going to be like in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? Like, whose children's children are going to benefit from this tree as well as me? All of a sudden, I think if we're able to put ourselves outside of the short-lived, short-win kind of like window and system in which we live, we can then really think bigger picture, and we can care about our environment and ourselves in a much broader, wider sense. And that inevitably for me includes the care of the land, the care of our communities, the people around us, because we're not in the small, short-term, short-win, kind of quick-fix bubble. So if we can offer people the opportunity to just even think about that and work their land and get their hands in the soil and plant a tree and hear the birds and see the squirrels and just be immersed in it, I think that's how, for me, I fell in love with the land. And I think if we fall in love with the land, then we're more likely to care for it and we're more likely to care for each other. Want to come along to Recoupe? You go on the Birch Collective website. You can search out the different programs we do, and one of those programs is Recoupe. And really quickly fill in a bit of details, just a bit of information about yourself. Takes a couple of minutes, and then that just means we've got your details. You get sent all the information about how to get involved. It runs on a Tuesday. It's between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. We start at Strawberry Lane Community Garden, and then we go into the woods. In a world that can feel a little bit kind of overwhelming, just making a choice to go, I'm gonna go towards something today, and I'm gonna give it a whirl. And I think if that is Recoupe, then we really welcome that. And at the end of the day, to be able to leave with a feeling that you've gone, I've done something today it's made a change. I've made a little difference in a little pocket in a woodland in Bristol somewhere. Like, the butterfly effect of that can't be underestimated. So yeah, come along, play your part and be part of the big change.